Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video, I will feature a video with former president of Iran, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. I know I'm going to saturate you of Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, but hey, he is a very good direct learning example for Americans to see how our media treats a president of a country, 82 million people country, and good or bad, as these guys want to expose it or wants to create a certain kind of narrative, and how they treat a president, in this case Katie Couric from CBS News, and how Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, the former president of Iran, then smacked her intellectually. She's trying hard to catch him and to accuse him of being bad, evil, and he turns the tables on her each and every time. Why? Because he's smarter. Remember, I made a video, maybe don't, I made a video a while ago explaining that I made it on Rumble because the guys on YouTube had a problems with it. And it's from that movie, The Edge. The Hunt is with Charles Bronson, one of my favorite movies. Charles Bronson, beautiful, my favorite actor actually. So the movie is called The Edge with Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. Beautiful movie. I like that movie as well. Anyway, over there is a paddle, and it's the why is the rabbit smoking a pipe? And they said because he's smarter than the panther. So the same here. Why is Ahmadinejad calm? Because he's smarter than the idiot panther from CBS News that she thinks she's a panther. So the subject of this video that I have right here is, so that video I made on Rumble, and I made on YouTube advertising it, saying, hey, go and Rumble and watch it. So here we have Katie Couric calling Iran the biggest sponsor of terrorism in the world, and why it cannot be trusted because the nuclear weapons, if it gets nuclear weapons, it's going to attack everybody because it's the biggest terrorist. And Ahmadinejad points out that actually, let me show you who really are the terrorists in this planet. And he's going to show her. She's not going to pick on that. She's going to change the subject, like always. Why? She has no ammunition, but she's accusatory, she's lecturing, she's moralizing all the time. This is what these guys are doing. So I want you to see this video. I think about 4 minutes or so, something like that. And he's gonna explain to her the question before the question of terrorism was regarding why should you guys have nuclear weapons, and he said, well, we think that nobody should have nuclear weapons. All we want is peaceful nuclear energy, and I don't see why that should not be allowed to any country on this planet. Smacked her. But anyway, so this is the video right here, and I'm gonna start with him finishing up his idea on nuclear weapons.
There is international law, and if it's there, it's for everyone. And if we want justice we have to want it for everyone. We believe that all nuclear weapons have to be banned. And at the same time, that all nations should have access to peaceful nuclear energy.
Please listen and look at her facial expression when she's going to read the next question. Very accusatory, and she's going to talk about the world's community. Like whom? United States, Israel, and 2 other vassal states? Exactly. That's what she calls the international community. There are 193 countries. I haven't heard the 180 countries saying anything about Iran regarding that one, did you? But anyway, maybe they did.
It's quite clear, our position.
Except some might say Iran is the largest sponsor or the biggest perpetrator of state-sponsored terrorism, and has produced inflammatory rhetoric along the lines that Israel should be blown off the map. Given those things, can you understand the concern the international community may have about Iran in particular?
Have you heard her? She said Some say. How many? Who are they? Some say you're a whore. Well, some say. I don't have to prove that. I'm just saying that some say. It doesn't mean it's true. Some say, and then said, do you understand? Like, hey, idiot child, do you understand me? You need to go and wash your underwear right now. That's how she talks to him. And some say that Israel and all that. Okay, well, he's very concerned. Very good. Let's see how Ahmadinejad is going to smack this average Joe.
We have, I believe, very good relations with different countries around the world, with nations around the world. We have very sincere and friendly relations. We do not define our lives based on what others say about us.
Did you hear that? We don't define our lives based on what other people say about us. We have our own interests. We're going to follow them and fulfill them as anybody else.
We define our lives based on the truth about our lives and based on the principle of the need to follow the law and to reach out a hand of friendship to others. Well, it's quite clear who supports and sponsors terrorists these days. I mean, it's the question that's quite clear. I mean, the terrorists in Afghanistan and Iraq, I ask you, are they more powerful today compared to before the invasion of these two countries by U.S. and NATO troops? We all know that the terrorists in those two states are much stronger today than they were before. And the production of illicit drugs has actually tripled or even quadrupled on many levels. So what we are trying to say is that militaristic policies around the world will not offer a solution to the problems confronting us. From the first day that U.S. forces entered Iraq and Afghanistan, hundreds of thousands of people have lost their lives. So who exactly is the terrorist here? Let's speak about the bombs that have been dropped over the homes of people, on villages, and even on wedding receptions. Whose bombs are these? So who exactly is the terrorist here? In Gaza, there are thousands of tons of bombs that have been dropped over the heads of people there. 1,300 women and children lost their lives there. And defenseless people. So who exactly is the terrorist here? Those who announce beforehand and name people and say that we are out there to assassinate them? Who exactly is the terrorist here? Just recently, I was threatened too. I heard about it. Some European politicians and American politicians actually said that there was a threat on me. So who is the terrorist here? Who is the terrorist? I mean, with respect to Palestine, I've always raised a very clear question. What I'm saying is that we need to ask ourselves, where did the events of World War II happen?
He changes into the another topic here. The point is, you tell me if everything he said is not true. You fight terrorism, but you created more terrorism. These guys drop bombs, civilians are dead. Who's the terrorist? How many did Iran killed? How many? He's the biggest sponsor. How many? You heard. How many? How many countries did Iran invade? Can you tell me? One. Remember, they were attacked by Iraq. It was not Iran attacking Iraq. It was Iraq attacking Iran. Do you remember Roosevelt's picture with Saddam Hussein? You know who provided Iraq with chemical weapons? It was the West. Do you know who helped Saddam Hussein against Iran? It was the West. The same with Pakistan and India. Pakistan was not a democracy, was a military dictatorship. Who gave them weapons against India, the biggest democracy on this planet? The West. And now they want to befriend India and Modi. And who helped Modi? The terrorist communists. the Soviets / Russians. Now you understand why the India is reluctant to make a deal with the good people of the West? They don't forget. You guys wanted to strangle us. And now you come and say, you're my friend? What's that? Just politics. Some people have values, okay? And here in politics, everybody sells his mom, his children, everything they can. But just politics. Politics without morale, without virtues, without value, that is just a bazaar. You sell anything for a little quick interest. So this is Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. He was attacked by Couric. Oh, you're the bomb. Okay, who is it? Let's compare. Let's put it in perspective. Let's get numbers. Let's get events. These guys threatened me to assassinate me. Who's a terrorist? Isn't that terrorism? Trying to assassinate the leader of another country? Changing a regime based on terror? That's exactly the definition. What are you talking about, Couric? Okay, so again, it's like one book, not only many, but one book in particular, where it's written black on white. It's undefensible. You can't defend it unless you call the other person, you don't understand. It's a plan. Again, you can't. It's black on white. The same here. We have historical events. They are there, data. And these guys think that if they try to keep us in a kind of mirage that we don't know, like go and use your government-allowed pills that they give you, prescribed medication, opiates and amphetamines, okay? Or you go in now, you have marijuana just to get out of reality so they can go with a loot. They give you garbage media and stupid TV programs, and you have a semi-conscious president and a know-nothing vice president. Who's in charge here? And everybody's happy. Everybody's, yeah, man, yeah. That's a good fucking blunt. Huh? I was about with joint, but I changed it to a blunt. Anyway, my friends, here is Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Was he right? Was he wrong? You reason. Just on that one, the accusation, and then she's gonna go after she is finishing this with that event from the Second World War. She's not gonna pick on this. She's not gonna talk about it. It's gonna change the question. Go and watch the video. It's from CBS News. It's 13 years ago, if I remember correctly. 14 years ago. Let me show you, so you can go and view it if you want. Part 1, President Ahmadinejad. Part 1, 14 years ago, my friend, and 66,000 people. In 14 years, this would have like 50 million or maybe 300 million. Anyway, it's an educational, historical tape. That's what it is. Not tapeworm. Tape. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.